Hello and welcome to what has to be the most iconic GTR of them all. This is a Nissan Skyline GTR R34. Now this vehicle is known throughout the world. No matter where you go, people know of this GTR. So this week I've currently gone over the Nissan Skyline R32, R33, and now it's time for the R34. And today we are going to see how good it is in Gran Turismo 7. And if you do go on to enjoy this video, don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button for more GT7 content. Now, when you first get behind the wheel of a standard Nissan Skyline R34, well, we're going to look at it compared to the 32 and the 33. Well, the R34 is a lot stiffer than both of the other vehicles. It has more power, but it is also slightly heavier than the R33. But you'd never be able to tell. The way this car takes corners, yes, there is a little bit of understeer, but it is minuscule compared to the other two vehicles. The R34, the suspension is absolutely perfect and tuned for track racing, and you can see that. Now, before I actually continue, let me just give you a little bit of background history and what makes the Nissan Skyline R34 so incredible. Now, to be specific with the GTR that we are driving, we are in the Nissan Skyline GTR R34 V-Spec 2 NA. Now that means this was actually the final production of the Nissan Skyline GTR R34, and the NA stands for Nürburgring because that is where the Skyline was developed. So a total of 1003 units were produced of this vehicle. It has an improved RB26 DETT motor based on the N1 racing engine. The standard turbochargers were upgraded to larger versions with a slight increase in boost, and with the ceramic blades being placed with steel versions. However, with upgrading the turbochargers, this increased the lag. With them changing the blades from ceramic to steel, that improved the durability of the turbocharger, meaning that the standard turbos could handle a lot more boost, which means a lot more power. And the vehicle was advertised with having 276 brake horsepower, but it actually had over 330 brake horsepower when it left factory. The R34 GTR is truly a track weapon and built for track focus, but let's see if that comes across in Gran Turismo 7. When you're behind the wheel of a standard R34 GTR, especially if you have no traction control on, the car has such a good level of grip when it comes to handling for a stock vehicle. The brakes are sublime, the acceleration is there, it has enough power, and it is just a really good sports car. But oh no, we cannot just have this iconic vehicle being an okay or decent sports car. So what we are going to do now is fully upgrade this engine and see what it's fully capable of. So with starting with over 330 brake horsepower, we are going to fully upgrade the engine, which should cost us around 200,000 credits. So yes, it is a bit pricey, but for the amount of power and how the vehicle should perform, it is going to be well worth the money. So after fully upgrading the vehicle, we see a power output of 785 brake horsepower, almost at that 800 mark. And I mean, what's that? Over doubling the power and then some. It is really gonna be completely different once we get back behind the wheel of it. So we have to make sure everything else is upgraded. I'm talking about the braking system as well as the suspension, because if we do not adjust those, well, we are gonna be in a tight knot, because we're gonna see ourselves coming in at well over 300 into a corner and then having brakes that just can't slow it down. So to avoid that, you need to upgrade the brakes, and to just help it get around corners, upgrade your suspension as well. So now that we have the car fully upgraded, it's time to upgrade the look of it. So we have some decent looking parts to change the look of our GTR, to just make it a little bit more aggressive and just add a bit of spice to go along with that extra spicy engine we just built. So once you fully upgrade the look of your vehicle and you have it to your specific liking, well, it's time to head out back onto circuit. But just a reminder, adding these aero parts actually does help your vehicle because it'll allow you to tune your downforce. And once you fully max out your downforce, well, yes, it will take away from your straight line speed, but when it comes to cornering, it's going to be absolutely astonishing. Now, when you get behind the wheel of a fully upgraded R34 in Gran Turismo 7, well, you're going to be greeted with insane levels of acceleration. That's generally the first thing you will notice. The car's acceleration is so different compared to the R32 and R33. Then when it comes to cornering, it's basically a time attack vehicle. It takes corners flat. You can take corners fully maxed out and the car will still get you around in one piece. However, it will have a little bit of sliding in it, but if you're brave enough, as I said, you can take it with your foot flat. Now the braking system on the vehicle can actually match up and hold the amounts of power that is being produced. You just need to pick up on where you need to start braking. So give it about one lap before you just go in full send and slam you on the brakes. So the R34 GTR, once you fully upgraded, it is unlike any of the other GTRs. The car is so different when it comes to performance. Everything is turned up to 10 and it's just mind-boggling how fast this vehicle is. And as I said, it really reminds me of a time attack vehicle. The way it accelerates, especially if you have an anti-lag system on and the strength is set to strong, well, this car is going to be so fast and so responsive. Especially with having a 12 V8 differential, if you set it to 45-55, so 45 going to the front, 55 going to the rear, you will set one of the fastest lap times you will ever set in an early 2000s Japanese vehicle. The R34 is an undisputed king and an absolute icon, and it also helps that this car is infamous with the Fast and Furious franchise. This car, from Too Fast to Furious, when it's made its first appearance, everyone around the globe knows and wants an R34 Skyline. I mean, look, the franchise is even releasing its 10th one. Fun fact, it's actually releasing today in my country, so I don't know. I think they should have stopped it long ago before they were even going into space and things. They really fell off the wagon with that thing. But the developers at Nissan did not fall off the wagon. Well, maybe they did because they made one cracking vehicle. So the Nissan R34 GTR, an exceptional vehicle that will honestly change your experience and your view on classic JDM vehicles. So if you haven't already tried it out, pick it up. It is in Brand Central. The price is a bit hefty, but it is honestly an icon. So without further ado, thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.